Mandarin in the movie Iron Man 3, Sirius Black in Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, heck, Severus Snape in the entire Harry Potter franchise. What do these three characters have in common? They're all red herrings. Hello, and welcome to Curiosity Factor. Today, we're talking about red herrings. Not some food, but rather an expression that can either be a logical fallacy or a literary device, which is also used in movies. Look at us throwing all these fancy terms at you, but don't worry, we'll explain it all. A red herring is usually referred to something that misleads or distracts from a relevant or important question. It usually leads audiences or readers towards a false conclusion. Just like in Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, where throughout the entirety of the book and movie, the audience thought Sirius Black was a bad guy. Turns out, he was actually on Harry's side and also his godfather. Red herring has been around since the 1420s, but it was mostly used to describe the smoked version of the fish. It wasn't until 1686 that the expression was used to mean a distraction in a British gentleman's magazine. The magazine had published an article promoting an effective way to prolong a fox hunt by dragging a dead cat across the trail so that it would mask the fox's scent and confuse the hounds. The author of the article had also suggested that if no dead cats were available, they could use a red herring due to its strong smell. Red herring eventually started gaining popularity later in 1807, when Englishman William Cobbett told a story about using strong-smelling smoked fish to divert and distract hounds from chasing a rabbit. And by 1884, the term started being used more often as an expression, meaning a false clue. Later on, red herrings would also infiltrate books and movies, as we've just said at the beginning of this video. Writers, especially mystery and thriller ones, love to use this literary device to stray readers from the truth and make them believe something else is actually happening. A famous movie example is the Mandarin in Iron Man 3. If you remember the movie, Iron Man is on the hunt for the Mandarin, who took ownership over some terrorist attacks. And when Robert Downey Jr.'s character finally tracks down this maniac, he finds out that he's not actually the criminal mastermind he claims to be. He's just an actor, paid to play a role by the one who really orchestrated all the attacks. Going back to Harry Potter, it's not just Sirius Black who was planted as a red herring. Probably the biggest reveal, and most shocking one, was finding out that one of Harry's antagonists, Severus Snape, had been a good guy all this time. Snape fed information to Dumbledore and helped him in fighting against the Death Eaters and even Voldemort, all because he was in love with Harry's mother, Lily. There are plenty of other movie and books examples of red herrings out there. A rather interesting one is the movie Captain America: The Winter Soldier, a title that led audiences to believe that the main antagonist of the movie would be the Winter Soldier, when in fact he was barely a minor villain. But red herrings aren't just used in movies and books. A classic example of a real-life red herring is when a group of people gather to organise a surprise party for a friend. Red herrings are also used in legal studies and exam questions, and they're meant to mislead and distract students from reaching a correct conclusion about a particular legal issue. This isn't so that the students' exams are extra hard, but rather professors are testing their comprehension of the underlying law and the students' ability to properly discern material factual circumstances. Yes, red herrings can take many shapes and forms, some pleasant, some not so pleasant. But regardless of who plans what, at least the next time some planned surprise happens, you'll know what it's called, and you can impress your friends and family with the story about the origin of red herring. We hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to learn more interesting fun facts, make sure to subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon so you can be notified each time we post new stuff. Thanks for watching, and we will see you again in our next video.